Now we are in the basement and try to scan my car. Now to be fair, look, my car is the kind of the hardest car to get scanned with the IR scanner in the world because it's dark and it's painted with ridiculously reflective paint.
Yeah.
Right? So the second topic today we're gonna go for is MIRACO Plus. It has a new mode called Global Marker Tracking. And this basically lets you scan anything twice. So the first round is you only record all of the marker dots, the position, the coordinates of these marker dots. And on the second round, you generate point clouds. And what's the benefit is making your second point cloud scan more accurate with better tracking. That's because the scanner already logged in and remember all the positions, all the data of your marker dots in the previous scan.
And it's also, like you said, your particular vehicle, the color of it, how reflective it is. Maybe normally we suggest, or we've said in the past, and we'll talk about this more later, but maybe spray it first, but with global marker tracking, since you just mentioned, you first go through and it just reads the markers. It doesn't matter if the item has scan spray or not. Even if it is reflective, you can still put those marker dots on. It's gonna capture it first time through just fine without any spray on it, even if it's reflective.
That's right. And also talking about the scan spray, remember Travis, you mentioned that in one of the previous video, or I did, is that we recommend you guys to scan spray an item's surface first, then put the marker dots on it.
Yeah.
Well, actually, I feel that's kind of a controversy. That's because we claimed if you put scan spray first, then the marker dots won't get covered and it will be easier to peel it off. However, we find that it's not always the case. For example, let's use this window as an experiment. Look, if I scan something too thick, see, this is what's gonna happen. Okay, that'll be a thick, really. And let me take a marker dot and try to put it on there. No, the marker,
it might stick, but it also might fall off.
It just fall off very easily. So it's really not the sequence, not the sequence of the problem. It just matters is how thin or how evenly you put this surface on. And here's we're gonna tell you a trick and a secret alchemistry. Travis, can you show with the MIRACO how you guys look? These marker dots are actually in the bare eyes. They are pretty much covered by the scan spray I make. But in fact, look.
As you can see, MIRACO is still picking it up though just fine. So as Ash just mentioned, putting a layer of scan spray over the marker dots is not the issue. It's just of how thick it is and how evenly it is. So right now, this particular one is relatively even. It's kind of thick, but MIRACO's not having a problem at all picking up the actual marker dots on the home screen.
Right, so here it is. Now Travis is gonna show you for the global marker tracking mode. He's gonna scan it for the first time with the global marker mode, record all the marker dots in the first round, and I'm gonna do the point cloud scan in the second round.
All right, so now we are going to try out the global marker mode. Get that started scanning Ash's car. And again, as we mentioned earlier, right now, it's because we're just picking up the markers. It's not a big deal that we have areas with no scan spray, areas with scan spray on the other side of the car. It's hit or miss as well. That doesn't matter. That will be captured with the point clouds after we go around the second time. The first time is just all about the marker dots with global marker mode. So let's get this captured. And we'll check out the result. And initially when you see it in the home screen, the marker dots are going to be red. You know that you capture them when they turn gray in the software. So you'll see on the preview screen, they turn gray. And a good rule of thumb, it's nice to keep it about between good and far. You don't need to get too close here. allowing it to capture more. It's funny, but yeah. Oh, it's doing the same thing over here again that the other one did. Something about the hood. Oh, now it comes back. It goes blank. Maybe the lights going on and off actually don't help it. Yeah, I just wonder if the reflection of the lights helps it see the markers a little easier. You didn't change anything in the depth camera exposure, right? Like that shouldn't affect this at all. Because that's only for point cloud. I'm saying like changing anything here about exposure does nothing for our markers.
Having the LED on would help at all. That will help. Keep the LED on.
Maybe, just like reflecting off them. Seems like it's seeing it better. Huh, it does seem to be helping. I think so. It's 563. Okay. $580. Okay, so here we go. Give you guys a look here. Just paused it, center it. You can see the formation of the car. Go ahead and complete it real quick. Easier to see. Those are our point clouds, 642 markers. Or point clouds, markers I should say.
Okay, so now Travis has finished the first step, scanning, logging in all these marker points, or let's say global marker points. So now we can start here. We can do the marker scan here. Okay, so I have covered this car with half. On that area, they are covered with scan spray. So Travis is now gonna do the more scan spray here for me.
And you might be wondering, while I actually start scanning, what's going on with this scan spray that we used, right? It's pretty splotchy all over the place, drippy. Honestly, it's our personal concoction that we came up with, 1 to 10 ratio, rubbing alcohol, and the 1 to 10 ratio part is calamine lotion, like what you used to use for chicken pox and stuff. So kind of funny, right? But it actually works. But of course, when it comes to something like a car and professional scanning, you know, if you can, buying official scan spray is the best. And maybe don't get the part that evaporates, the kind that evaporates relatively fast. Get the permanent one, just because it is such a large object. You might spray the whole thing, start on one side, and as you're making your way over to the other, it could have already evaporated. But with our homemade concoction, that actually does not evaporate, so that is one plus to it, but it's just a little bit messy, but it'll still do the job. So I'll get the rest of Ash's car covered here because we didn't quite finish as he's coming around. And because it has the rubbing alcohol in there, that's what causes it to dry relatively fast.
You know, the truth is Revopoint pays me with the real, only with the scanning spray. I got 20 cans per month. That's why I have to have my own alchemistry receipt.
Ah, that was the motivation. And what I'm using here is just a little electric sprayer. Sprays it on there pretty nice.
Well, as Travis is now doing all the scan spray, and I'm doing generating the point cloud, so you might cannot see me clearly, but I'll put the screen record here. As you can see, I have a very pleasant experience of generating the point clouds. Look, I can even jump with my scanner, and it does not lose track at all. That's why global marker mode is very good for the tracking, especially for the second time generating the point clouds.
That is pretty awesome.
Yeah.
There's a kind of peace in moving every couple years, packing up and finding a new home. There's a beauty in the anonymity it brings. When my feet get to itching, I just run. All my friends have stopped inviting me to where they are, figuring I'll just be on the road. It's not that they're wrong, it's just that I wish it were different. But hey, the plane is boarding, time to go. Oh, call out all you who wander, seeking beyond wherever you've been. Write your life like it's a screenplay. What will the words say when it all ends? There are mornings I wake up and don't know where I am. Another city I'll be leaving soon. But in between the planes and cars are strangers who became a part of all the homes I'm building on the move. We're all told that life's a game of compromise, and in many ways I suppose it's true. But I just can't quite swallow bitter pills or safer roads now that I have walked the other route.
Okay, so we just finished scanning the car using MIRACO Plus global marker tracking, the new program in there. And what do I have here? This is again the Photogrammetric Metrology Kit. I'm going to refer to it as PMK because that is a mouthful. We've talked about it in other videos, but I'm just going to do a brief overview again of what's involved with it. So again, every kit comes with 4 scale bars. So as you pull your scale bars out, they're magnetic. You know, you can put them on the car. Don't ever feel like, oh, I need more scale bars, so I'm going to buy another kit and then use up those scale bars. Each set of 4 scale bars are unique to the kit that you purchase, because on the inside there's a QR scanner that you need to scan, and that's what syncs MIRACO Plus with the scale bars of this particular PMK kit. PMK. So again, they're magnetic. When you're putting them on, make sure these lights stay on. We're in this garage. Put them on, don't ever overlap the actual coded targets that you put on. So for instance, there's a coded target here. It's either you can cover it completely or make sure you can visibly see it completely. Never have it just visibly half showing. Also, I have some of they come with the coded targets, either able to just stick on whatever object you're scanning or magnetic. So the ones I have in my pocket right now are magnetic. These are very handy for a car, for example, because they'll stick on. But as you know, some cars have some areas around the fender, the bumpers that are plastic. So they fall off, you see that? So what do you do in that moment? You don't want to combine the ones that are sticky with a magnetic one, the coded targets, because actually they both have the same number system. There's 200 of each set. You can't combine those. So what we suggest is if you have some putty, which you can get, stick that on the back. I'll show you, for example, this particular sticky putty, really easy. Stick that on the back of the magnetic coated targets so that you keep these sets together and united. So I put that on the back just like that. Or vice versa, just stick the putty on the car first of all, and then where these areas where it's not magnetic and it's plastic, stick it on. And that's how that works. And again, same concept, just with scale bars. You would never, if for some reason you run out of these coded targets, you wouldn't buy another kit and combine those, because each kit again is unique to the numbers that it has in there for matching up with MIRACO Plus. But you could still run out. So in those situations, because you have 200, for a huge object that you're scanning, what we recommend, for example, this car, cut it in half. Maybe have a visible line that they're running through the center. Load up this whole side with your scale bars, coded targets, scan it, get the data for it in MIRACO Plus, save it, and then you can take all those off and use them on the other side, scale the other side of the vehicle or whatever huge object you're scanning, and then you can merge the two in the software. That's what we would suggest for that.
Okay, just a quick disclaimer. Travis doesn't mean that you guys should cut your cars in half.
Do not cut your car in half. That is not what I mean.
Okay.
Put the saw away.
So, just for a quick review of what we have done today. So after you have finished all the coded targets and the normal marker dots on your car or any surface, and you finished the first round in taking all these photos and generated the markers and the coded targets, now you're ready to do the second round, which is generating point clouds. So before you do the second round, it's pointless to add more like normal markers or the coded targets on the areas that you don't have any markers or coded targets previously. Like for example, I didn't include the roof of the car when I was doing the first round with the PMK and the MIRACO Plus, but now in the second round, I want to generate the point clouds for the roof.
Yeah.
So what I'm gonna do, am I gonna just add some marker dots on it? Maybe no, that's not how it works, because all of the coded targets and the marker dots have previously recorded in the system. So you can either do it separately, like what Travis mentioned, and merge them together, or you can just simply redo the first process again and include the roof.
Welcome back to another Revopoint video. We have MIRACO Plus with us today, and I want to share with you one of its cool new features. That is its optical zoom ability. Previously, we used digital zoom, and we have scanned small items, of course, like a coin, capture the details really nice. Well, we have improved that now with optical zoom. As you can see on the home screen, 1.5 times the ability of zooming in and 2 times the ability with optical zoom. So let's scan this $50 and see what the result is like. Just like previously, when you have something that the features aren't as standing out as some items, I put these glue tags around the $50 itself for more features so it doesn't lose tracking. And we're gonna put the turntable, lower the angle as much as possible, and try to keep MIRACO Plus at relatively the same angle as the turntable. All right. We're putting the optical zoom up to 2 times. Turn it to near. That is important. Scan settings. Accuracy is at high. Feature alignment, general object. Sounds good. Exposure is right at 1. And get it pretty close, you know. I'm teeter-tottering right on between too near and excellent. And exposure 1, let's do it. Gonna do about 200 frames. Okay, let's check out these results. So I'm not going to do one click, one tap editing. I'm going to run it through manually. First of all, with Fusion, make sure that the point distance is turned all the way down to 0.1. Fusion method, advanced, apply. All right, already looking pretty good just with fusing the point clouds, seeing the detail pretty nice. But I'm gonna skip all the other isolation, overlap detection, smoothing out under the Fusion editing area. Let's go right up to mesh. Make sure the quality is up to 7.0, apply it. Right, looking good. There we have it. Let's just get rid of all these skin tags around it. And again, there's a nice trick for that. Use the lasso feature. And just take your time. In that zoom in window, you can see the outside, the perimeter of the coin. Just circle around it. Nice, just like that. But of course now, don't forget to invert it. We do not want to delete the coin itself. Then it inverts it, selects all the skin tags, delete that, and there you have it. There is our coin. So you can see with the optical zoom ability, picks up the lettering quite nice, $50 United States, and then the details of the eagle are all there as you play around with it from the different angles.